From the history of yesterday to the actions of today and tomorrow, I will not let justice escape or our future get shaped by that sorrow. No man can solve the world, but that shouldn't stop him from trying. Because in the grand scale of time, there's a lot worse than dying. And I'm not trying to preach, because this isn't about being right. It's not a fight. It's about speaking hard truth to this mic. You can take that how you like. I'm just talking life. And life's snakes collude with the weasels and cahoots with the knaves and the fly with the eagles, that which the turkey craves. So he fractures, disjoints, divides the people into enclaves, promises freedom yet gives economic subjugation to slaves. Getting their daily digest of propaganda through the TV airwaves, scared of the deep state while they dig their own graves. But the weak-minded are quick to lather in snake oil. Cook slow enough, Pepe will just sit and boil. Hide from the toil, from the truth they recoil. Cover their eyes from the lies in their head in tinfoil, while hate festers in the streets like a boil. But when it comes to a head in blistering turmoil, see fools with fire chanting blood and soil. Raise their torch to the air and utter their ethnocentric delusions, demanding retribution for a false persecution, young white supremacists in fear of a power dilution. Handed Goldman Sachs the White House and pretended revolution, lie, demagogue, de-evolution, all to plant the seeds of greed and convolution, but irresolution proceeds those deeds when seeking absolution. Delusion leads to confusion, complacency to domination. Now your nation's selling your children's future to lessen his taxation. That kind of greed can bring societies to ruination. Like massacring indigenous, forcing upon them education, then can confine them to reservations, pretending palliation, kidnapped Africans and sent them to southern plantations. Ironic, the sycophants now chant, one people, one nation. Now rant, this is their land, you will not replace them, as they squat on land cultivated by brown faces for ages. Now lock them in cages and extort their low wages, deport them across delineations drawn in the blood of their nations, trot out characters of their culture for entertainment occasions and shout, stand for freedom, while waving declarations pretending as if mass murder had a statute of limitations. But history is what it is, and we can't just erase it. And you might not like what you see in the mirror, but you can't just replace it. Evil exists in this world, we just gotta face it. In fact, some come here hoping to escape it. Xenophobia being disguised as patriotism is to efface it. Some have learned nothing since the days of the slave ship. The world is what you make it. How will you shape it? Lose the hate, but use the anger channel and embrace it. Let it fuel the commitment not to be complacent. Because it's a daily struggle to fight back the efforts of these racists. And we say Black Lives Matter because the justice system don't embrace it. And I, for one, am sick of seeing bloody bodies laying next to empty shelf cases. So you want to say all lives matter? Well, make it a commitment and not just a statement. Because if you're not willing to stand up, speak out, put in the work, I don't want to hear you say shit.